Breaking news today. Ukrainian allies in the European Union reject Putin's plan. On Monday, ahead of a NATO summit in July, the leaders of France, Germany, and Poland met in Paris to discuss military support for Ukraine's counteroffensive and future security guarantees to be given to the country. In a press conference held at the Élysée Palace, French President Emmanuel Macron said, "The Ukrainian counteroffensive began several days ago." He made the remarks alongside German Chancellor Olaf Scholz and Polish President Andrzej Duda. The three heads of state demonstrated their solidarity by reiterating their commitment to aid Ukraine for as long as it was required. This offensive will be carried out over the course of at least a few weeks, and possibly longer. Macron declared, "We have done everything we could to help them, within the limits we set for ourselves at the beginning of the conflict." Over the next few weeks, he said, more weapons, ammo, and armored vehicles would be sent. After the counteroffensive is as successful as possible, Macron said, France will be in a better position to negotiate with Russia. In a phone call with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Sunday night, Duda expressed optimism that the counteroffensive would be successful with American backing. "I believe this victory will be achieved when Russian military forces are finally driven from all occupied territories." The three heads of state would not be drawn on specifics regarding long-term security guarantees for Ukraine. Scholz argued that after nearly 16 months of fighting, hundreds of thousands of people had been killed, millions had been injured, and even more had been forced to flee their homes as a result. The fact that he is withdrawing troops and is finally ready for serious talks about a fair peace, he added. NATO leaders are currently discussing security guarantees to ensure that Ukraine will not be attacked again by Russia once the conflict has ended. Next month's NATO summit in Vilnius, Lithuania, will focus on this very topic. After the attack on the Kakhovka Dam, which has caused widespread flooding in southeastern Ukraine, world leaders were scheduled to discuss humanitarian aid to the country over a working dinner. At a massive summit in Moldova earlier this month, where nearly every European leader had gathered to condemn Russia, Zelensky pushed for more political support and security backing from NATO. He stated that he was anticipating the clear invitation to NATO membership for Ukraine, and security guarantees on the way to NATO membership, in Vilnius. At a press conference in Bulboica, Moldova, President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky addressed the European political community, EPC. Image. AP. Ukraine retakes a village while Russian forces hold other lines and fire on fleeing civilians elsewhere. A laser Kiwi flag is spotted on the battlefield. The president of Ukraine has dropped the strongest hint yet that the long-awaited counteroffensive has begun. Emmanuel Macron, Olaf Scholz, and Andrzej Duda of Poland meet in Paris to discuss future security guarantees for Ukraine and military aid for the country's counteroffensive.